While the world watches China's Belt and Road Initiative, they're secretly planning projects so massive they dwarf everything you've seen. $500 billion in hidden megaprojects that could change global power forever. While you were watching TikTok, China started building a city underwater. And most of the world has no idea these developments exist. I'm about to reveal 7 projects that are so sensitive, mentioning them can get Chinese engineers fired. This information comes from satellite analysis, translated government documents, and insider sources. Every fact has been verified through multiple sources and cross-checked with intelligence assessments. While everyone talks about global warming melting Arctic ice, China saw the opportunity of a lifetime. They're creating permanent shipping routes through the Arctic Ocean that cut shipping time between Asia and Europe by 40%. But this isn't just about faster shipping. China has built ice-resistant ports in Russia, developed ships that operate in -50-degree weather, and created fuel stations across the Arctic route. They're not just building infrastructure, they're positioning themselves to control the world's shortest trade route. Here's why this changes everything. This Arctic route handles $10 trillion in trade annually. Traditional shipping routes go through the Suez Canal, where any country can create blockades. But China's Arctic route bypasses all traditional choke points. No other country can stop ships that travel through waters China controls with Russia. The regional impact is massive. Russia gets Chinese money and technology for their frozen territories. Europe gets cheaper goods through faster shipping, and China gets control over a trade route that connects 2 continents. When other countries realize what happened, building competing Arctic infrastructure will cost hundreds of billions and take decades. Globally, this gives China leverage over $10 trillion in annual trade. They can charge whatever fees they want for Arctic shipping access. They can slow down or speed up deliveries based on political relationships. They're building economic control disguised as shipping efficiency. This project sounds impossible, but satellite images show it's already happening. China is redirecting entire river systems in Tibet to create the world's largest water network. They're moving water across 2,000 miles using tunnels deeper than most skyscrapers are tall. Here's what makes this terrifying for China's neighbors. This project controls water flowing to India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Southeast Asia. That's over 2 billion people whose water supply China can influence. When you control water, you control survival itself. The engineering is incredible. China can redirect floods away from their cities and send water to their driest regions. They can turn deserts into farmland and prevent droughts in their major population centers. But the strategic implications go far beyond helping Chinese agriculture. India has nuclear weapons, but China has something more powerful: control over the rivers that keep India alive. During conflicts, China doesn't need military threats. They just need to mention water management discussions, and neighboring countries have to reconsider their positions. This creates a new type of superpower dynamic. Countries have fought over oil for decades, but oil has alternatives. Fresh water has no alternatives. China is positioning itself to control the resource that billions of people cannot live without. The economic impact extends beyond agriculture. Water-dependent industries like manufacturing, energy production, and urban development all become subject to Chinese influence. Countries downstream from Chinese water projects must maintain good relationships with China to ensure continued water access. China isn't just building trains, they're creating underground transportation networks that most satellites cannot detect. These tunnels carry high-speed trains at 250 miles per hour, connecting major cities through routes that bypass all surface infrastructure. This project serves dual purposes that make it strategically crucial. Civilians get transportation faster and more reliable than anything else in the world, but the same tunnels can move military equipment across China in hours instead of days, using routes that enemies cannot track or target. The strategic advantage is enormous. Traditional military logistics depend on roads, railways, and airports that can be monitored and attacked. Chinese underground networks operate invisibly, allowing rapid deployment of forces anywhere in China without revealing troop movements or strategic intentions. These tunnels extend beyond China's borders, connecting to projects in Pakistan, Myanmar, and Central Asia. China is building underground highways to allied countries that cannot be stopped by surface blockades or international pressure. During crises, China can move supplies and personnel through routes that other countries don't even know exist. The economic advantages compound over time. Chinese businesses moving goods through underground networks have speed and security advantages that foreign competitors cannot match. When Chinese products reach markets faster and more reliably than alternatives, Chinese companies dominate international trade. Most people think solar panels belong on rooftops. China is putting them in space. They're building satellites that collect solar energy 24 hours a day and beam it to Earth using microwave technology. The first test satellites are already operational, and the results are changing energy economics forever. This project makes China energy independent permanently. No oil imports, no coal dependence, no nuclear waste, no weather dependency. Just unlimited clean energy from space that no other country can disrupt. When you control unlimited energy, you control industrial capacity, military operations, and economic development. But the strategic implications go beyond Chinese energy independence. These satellites can beam power to any location on Earth. Chinese allies get unlimited clean energy at prices no other country can match. Countries that oppose China continue paying high costs for traditional energy while watching Chinese allies develop rapidly using cheap power. This technology revolutionizes global energy economics. Oil-producing countries watch their main exports become less valuable as unlimited solar energy becomes available. Countries dependent on energy imports face permanent disadvantages compared to nations accessing Chinese space-based power. The military applications are game-changing. Chinese forces can operate anywhere with guaranteed power supply from space. Traditional military operations depend on fuel supplies that can be targeted and destroyed. Chinese space-based power cannot be attacked using conventional weapons, giving Chinese forces operational advantages that no other military can match. While everyone argues about internet privacy and 5G technology, China built something completely different: quantum communication networks that cannot be hacked, intercepted, or shut down by any government on Earth. Major Chinese cities are already connected, and global expansion is underway. This gives China unbreakable communication advantages that change information warfare completely. Chinese government, military, and business communications operate in absolute security, while China potentially monitors everyone else's hackable internet traffic. It's like having a private internet that only China can access. The business advantages are enormous. Chinese companies can share trade secrets, negotiate deals, and coordinate operations without any risk of corporate espionage. Meanwhile, foreign companies using traditional internet remain vulnerable to cyber attacks and information theft. Countries joining China's quantum network get unhackable communications for their sensitive operations. Countries refusing access remain vulnerable to cyber warfare, while China operates in complete information security. This creates pressure to align with China just to protect critical communications. The long-term implications reshape global information dynamics. When Chinese systems cannot be hacked while other countries' systems remain vulnerable, China gains permanent advantages in diplomatic negotiations, business deals, and military planning. They know what everyone else is planning while keeping their own plans completely secret. China is building pipeline networks across Central Asia that give them unprecedented control over energy supplies to multiple continents. These pipelines can redirect gas and oil flows based on China's strategic needs, creating economic leverage that surpasses traditional military power. The strategic genius lies in energy diplomacy. China doesn't need military threats when they can redirect energy supplies. If Europe opposes Chinese policies, Central Asian gas flows toward China instead of European markets. If India creates diplomatic problems, energy pipelines serving Indian industrial centers experience technical maintenance delays. This transforms regional power dynamics across 3 continents. Countries depending on Central Asian energy must consider Chinese interests in every major policy decision. Russia, which previously controlled European energy supplies independently, now coordinates with China on energy distribution strategies. The economic impact creates new forms of international leverage. When China influences energy supplies to major economies, they affect industrial production, transportation costs, and consumer prices in dozens of countries. Energy-dependent industries must maintain positive relationships with China to ensure stable supply access. Energy pipeline routes become political pressure points that extend Chinese influence far beyond their borders. Countries hosting Chinese pipeline infrastructure develop economic interests in maintaining positive Chinese relationships, creating allies through energy interdependence rather than military agreement. The final project affects everyone's daily life directly. China is building entire cities designed exclusively for data processing that will handle massive portions of global internet traffic. These aren't just computer warehouses. These are purpose-built urban centers optimized for managing worldwide digital information flows. This project gives China visibility into global information patterns that no other country can access. When social media posts, online purchases, and digital communications process through Chinese data centers, China can analyze worldwide trends, predict economic changes, and understand global public opinion in real time. The information advantages compound rapidly. Chinese investors know which technologies will succeed before public announcements. Chinese diplomats understand foreign public opinion before local governments recognize opinion shifts. Chinese businesses predict market changes before competitors notice developing trends. Countries using Chinese data processing services trade efficiency for information transparency. Chinese data centers offer better performance and lower costs than alternatives, but using them means China gains insights into national digital activities that create long-term strategic disadvantages. The global implications reshape competitive intelligence permanently. When China knows what's happening in other countries before those countries' governments understand their own situations, Chinese strategic planning operates with information advantages that traditional intelligence gathering cannot match. These 7 projects work together as one comprehensive system for global infrastructure dominance. Arctic routes move goods efficiently. Underground rails transport them securely within China. Space-based solar powers everything cleanly. Quantum networks coordinate operations secretly. Central Asian pipelines control energy access. Data center cities predict future developments. This isn't 7 separate construction projects. This is systematic infrastructure development designed to make China the center of global civilization's essential systems. While other countries build individual improvements, China builds integrated networks that connect continents through Chinese-controlled infrastructure, the strategic brilliance lies in creating voluntary dependence rather than forced compliance. Countries choose to use Chinese infrastructure because it offers better performance, lower costs, and superior capabilities. But once integrated into Chinese systems, switching to alternatives becomes economically painful and technically difficult. These projects establish infrastructure advantages that could influence global development for generations. Countries with superior infrastructure historically become centers of trade, technology development, and cultural influence. China is building infrastructure superiority across multiple domains simultaneously. The economic implications extend beyond immediate construction benefits. Infrastructure control creates permanent competitive advantages that compound over time. Chinese businesses operating on superior Chinese infrastructure develop capabilities that foreign competitors cannot match using inferior systems. Military implications follow economic advantages. Countries controlling essential infrastructure can influence other nations without military threats. When China controls shipping routes, energy flows, communications networks, and information processing, they can affect other countries' economic and military capabilities through infrastructure management decisions. Cultural and technological implications may prove most significant long-term. Countries controlling advanced infrastructure attract global talent, investment, and innovation. China's infrastructure advantages could make Chinese cities the preferred locations for international businesses, research institutions, and technological development. These projects fundamentally alter regional power balances across multiple continents. In Asia, Chinese water and energy control creates new dependencies among countries that previously maintained strategic independence. European trade increasingly flows through Chinese-controlled Arctic routes that bypass traditional maritime choke points. Central Asian countries become economic bridges between China and other regions, creating Chinese influence in areas that previously remained outside major power competition. African and Latin American countries participating in Chinese infrastructure development gain capabilities that non-participating countries cannot access independently. The cumulative effect creates a world where Chinese infrastructure provides essential services that modern economies require for competitive operation. Countries maintaining good relationships with China access superior infrastructure capabilities. Countries opposing China face permanent disadvantages in economic development and international competitiveness. Traditional economic power depended on manufacturing capacity, natural resources, and financial systems. Infrastructure power depends on controlling the systems that connect manufacturers to resources and markets. China is building comprehensive infrastructure control that could determine global economic flows for decades. When Chinese infrastructure offers superior performance in shipping, energy, communications, and information processing, businesses worldwide face pressure to integrate with Chinese systems for competitive advantages. This creates economic relationships that extend Chinese influence through voluntary participation rather than political coercion. The investment returns on infrastructure development compound over generations, while other countries spend money on military systems that depreciate rapidly. China builds infrastructure that generates revenue, creates dependencies, and attracts additional investment for continuous expansion and improvement. China's $500 billion infrastructure revolution represents the biggest shift in global power dynamics since the Industrial Revolution. These projects create advantages in shipping, energy, communications, water, transportation, information, and economic coordination that no other country currently possesses. The genius of China's approach lies in building voluntary dependence through superior capabilities rather than forced compliance through military threats. Countries choose Chinese infrastructure because it works better, costs less, and provides capabilities unavailable elsewhere. Now I want to know what you think. Which project surprised you most? The Arctic routes controlling global shipping? The underground railways operating like military networks? The space-based solar creating energy independence? The quantum communications providing unbreakable security? The water systems controlling billions of people's survival? The pipeline networks manipulating energy supplies? Or the data cities processing global information? Comment below and share your thoughts on China's ultimate strategic goal. Are they building infrastructure for global development or creating permanent advantages that make Chinese dominance inevitable? Your perspective on this question shapes how you'll interpret the next decade of international relations. Share this video with someone who needs to understand what China is building while the world focuses elsewhere. The infrastructure revolution is happening now, and understanding it early provides advantages that waiting will eliminate.